Off day and good afternoon. I would like to call to order this regular board meeting of the Guam Educational Telecommunications Corporation, PBS Guam. The date is Thursday, August 29, 2024. The time is 12:42 p.m. Please state your name as we go around the table and your position. Donovan Brooks, Chair.
Mariflor Herrero, Treasurer.
Judy Flores, Secretary.
Rosemary Clement, Member.
Ina Carrillo, GM.
Lorraine Hernandez, Administrative Officer.
Thank you. In front of you, you have the minutes of July 25th, which was our last meeting. After your review, I would seek a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay.
Oh, this is the one I was on Zoom. Oh.
If you can hold on for 1 minute, so we seem to be having some technical difficulties.
Okay, let us know.
We are good to go. You may continue.
Okay, thank you. Okay, seeking a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from July 25th, 2024.
I second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Thank you very much. General Manager's report.
Okay. So regarding the administration or administrative department, PBS Guam was assigned to the governor's school opening readiness team, or also known as SORT, The team was established to act as a liaison with.
Ina, can you speak up a little bit? Yeah.
Sure.
Slower. Yeah.
Okay. This team was established to act as a liaison with the governor's office to assist the schools with repairs needed for reopening, and it's a government-wide initiative. In collaboration with the Department of Labor, we supported GWHS by working with UOG's maintenance department on various tasks. These include replacing the bathroom vents and doors, painting, cleaning, replacing the cafeteria wall, installing shower curtains and rods. I think there was like 45 of those. Water blasting the school's exterior, and also handling trash and green waste removal, as well as tree pruning. GEW was inspected on Monday, and they passed the inspection, and the school is set to open sometime next week. I think there's still just a little bit of work that they want to complete before they get the kids in person. So basically, we were meeting with the governor. Pulled us all of the agencies in, and we had one-on-ones or teams meetings, and we were assigned GW. GW was one of the worst schools with the highest demerits, I think. And so right away, that was a couple weeks ago before I left. Right away, we coordinated a meeting with the Department of Labor, GW, their administrative staff, their PTO, and UOG's maintenance group. We assessed and did a tour of the school, figured out where, made kind of like a punch list of all of their faults, and listed them in accordance to the highest demerits. And then we just, one by one, worked on all of those projects in that order, and that's how we were able to get it down. But, I just want to say that UOG maintenance crew, they did so much work. They had HVAC people, carpenters, they had landscaping guys helping pruning, and Department of Labor, they reassigned, I want to say 25 to 30 people that were working with the mayor's office to come and help.
Did some of our employees help?
We did, what we did on our side was help with the project management. We were creating the list, allocating, I was working as liaison, and I had Tina working too. So we did also donate some stuff. We had some old paint, like five gallons of paint that we donated to the school. I had a bunch of plywood from my store I donated, and then what else did we donate? PBS donated a trash bin for 1 month, and so that's what we did.
PBS,
We did it here, and the reason why I did it is because I wanted to just reestablish the working relationship that we have with GW, since they gave us that building
Neighbors.
for the studio, right?
That's good.
And and we also have shared water, right? So that was the least that we could do. So I'm glad that they did pass the inspection, and that they will be going back to face-to-face school instead of the possibility of them doing the, what is it? The
Online.
online. Yeah. There was so much work. There was so much work that we did. It was really unbelievable, but it was a lot of work, and I'm just glad that we were able to do it. So that was going on over the last couple weeks. Also, there's this One Pill Can Kill task force and campaign. Governor also has directed us to lead in educational and outreach initiatives on the dangers of fentanyl. The Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center has been appointed as the actual lead of our task force for the project, and we are all collaborating. So it's PBS, DYA, DOE, and the Behavioral Health and Wellness Center. Right now, PBS, this campaign will focus on public and private middle school and high schools, and also the community. We aim to launch a campaign and issue a proclamation on October 4th. On the PBS side, our team will be producing PSAs for broadcast on TV and social media. as well as distributing it through the government and school system. So we'll hopefully give it to like the legislature channel, the governor's channel, maybe some of the agencies that have TV screens like GPA and Waterworks and stuff like that, so that they could add that to their media stuff. So we're going to try to distribute as wide as we can.
What about commercial enterprises? Banks have display screens.
We did talk with, I did bring it up. We had a meeting 2 days ago at the Behavior Health Center. And I did talk to them about a couple things, reaching out to private partnerships since they're taking, reaching out and getting private partnerships. Since they're taking lead, I was asking them to coordinate that. Send a letter out to like Docomo and GTA. Maybe they could run some of our ads. And then also like the digital billboards that we have across the island, they could reach out to them, and maybe even some print people like Super Shopper or something, or the newspaper. And then I was also asking them if possibly they could reach out to these same organizations or organizations that are already advertising on YouTube, and if we could give them the spot and they can add that to the rotation, because as Gov Guam, we don't have credit cards, so we can't boost on social, but we could seek out private partnership, give them our spot, and they could add that to their media mix so that we get some play.
Who came up with the title, One Pill Can Kill?
It's actually a national, it's a national campaign with the
it's a great line.
with the
Because
DEA.
it shows you how scary it is.
Well, you
have
know,
to,
the
like-
scary part is fentanyl can be masked, right? It's like the chameleon drug. You can put it in anything, even liquids nowadays, and you don't even know. And it just takes a little bit, and you can die, you know, so you don't even know, and it's just a very scary thing. So
So
we're part of the task force, and so we'll be producing some of the media and helping to get that distributed.
I think that this is great to produce a video for broadcast
Yeah.
on TV and social media, not only for schools, for everyone, the community at large, because there's so many people out there that you don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. You can
Especially the kids,
people that
like-
you don't know, and they are using it. So
Yeah. Yep.
sometimes they are our neighbors.
It's good just to be proactive. You know, I don't really think that there is I don't know. I don't have the facts or the numbers, but, you know, I think it's good to tackle this while it's not out of control. And
when
I don't-
my daughter-in-law was dying, when she died in their home right here in Manila, and her nurse had been one of the main caregivers. I mean, it was at night, but I guess she was just there to be a good nurse. And the second they said that Francine died, she went all over the house looking for all of her medicine, because that's how some people got hooked on fentanyl. Like if there's like a teenager in the house or something, these pills, people die, or people who are really, really, I didn't even know until that happened, I didn't even know what fentanyl was. But she went and scoured the house and took every single bit of medicine, and fentanyl was one of them. That's when I realized it must be really bad.
Well, we'll be working on that, and we look to launch in October. In addition, we're working with the behavior health people to do a boot camp with the kids, something similar to the media literacy boot camp that we did a couple years ago, or last year? A couple years ago. It's going to probably be a 2 or 3 week boot camp with the kids, where we talk to them about media literacy and how to identify, you know, like how to break down messages that you see in the media, such as like maybe smoking in an ad, or, you know, drugs or alcohol or something like that, right? The use of that sort of stuff in media now. So we're going to teach the kids about that, and then the other half will be a production kind of boot camp. So in the end of the last boot camp, the kids were able to produce their own little mini documentary, but we're going to incorporate the awareness of fentanyl into the program, and so that's something that will be coming down the line with the Guam Wellness and, Behavior Health and Wellness Center. So we look to do that too after October. Next, our audit contract. So our audit contract is up, and we have gone up for bid with the OPA, Office of Public Accountability. on Tuesday, September 3rd at 2 p.m., Lorraine and I will meet at the OPA's office for the pre-evaluation of PBS Guam's RFP for financial audit services. Our audit services are currently up for bid, and during this meeting, we will unseal all the bids and award the contract, and then maybe negotiate rates too, depending on what is being bidded out. I did include in the verbiage on the request for quote that our audit needs to be completed by our deadline, and if it's not completed, then the auditor will face fines as per corporation CPB, Corporation of Public Broadcasting, whatever the fines are.
That's good.
So I did include that in audit in the request. So.
How many bidders are out there?
I think there's 2. I don't know how many bid. I don't know how many packages came back, but
Only 2 came back.
oh, 2.
Yeah,
Okay, 2.
that's the only
One is the
auditors.
one.
One is probably the one that is helping us now, and then there's one more.
Berger and
So
Coleman.
basically, I mean, it's going to come down to pricing.
Okay.
So that's what Lorraine and I will do next week. Our budget requests. On August 14th, I emailed Vice Speaker requesting for legislative consideration for funding of the 3 vacant positions within the staffing pattern. And basically, this was a follow-up to the email that the board sent to all of the senators earlier this summer before the session. Budget session. In that email, I outlined that our current staff is overextended, and that as our organization grows, we need additional roles, and it has been increasingly urgent. The staffing shortage was particularly evident during this year's Liberation Day parade, where we were really short. We had to hire 5 contract workers just to cover the video. Our existing staffing pattern does not adequately cover essential roles such as social media management and other modern media positions. These positions actually don't even exist in the GovGuam pay plan, but they're new modern positions that are necessary. And these are vital positions for public media agency. Filling these positions would be crucial. The 3 positions would be crucial to effectively meeting our goals. So I did request for that. The 3 positions would add about $136,738 to our budget. Last week, they had budget session, and they gavelled down. The total budget that they gave us was basically the request, not the request, the request wasn't granted, but it was
The amount, the ceiling.
$834,438 or something like that, I want to say. So basically, they approved our budget as is without the increase. Which I think is still not bad, because we didn't get a decrease, and there were some agencies that got a decrease. So
does it mean that we can afford 3 new positions or no?
not in the government side.
So if we
So
need
they're
the
unfunded.
positions, we have
Lorraine
to...
just-
We'd have to pay on the private side, but the private side we'd have to pay on the private side.
Lorraine introduced me to a new young lady, a new employee.
She's our new
Development.
development associate.
What?
Our new development associate.
Oh,
Because we had 3 in that department and 2 of them left, so she was the replacement for one.
oh, so you had the money for that because 2 people left.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But these are on the GovGuam side that we were asking the legislature to fund. We have them, so these are not even new positions. These are positions that are on our staffing pattern that are vacant, and we asked to fund them so that we could hire. So we're not adding new positions, but it didn't get approved. I'm still thankful that they gave us what they gave us, and it wasn't a decrease in funding, because like I said, other agencies got decreases, and so I'm still thankful for that. But it would have been nice to have the increase. You didn't have, Yes. Okay. Next is the Government Accounting Standards and Board Update Training. So yesterday, Lorraine attended the whole thing. I attended half of it. Attended the Government Accounting Standard and Board Update Training, and that was at UOG School of Business, and it basically covered Government Accounting Research System, or the GARS, and the Government Accounting Standards Board, which is called GASB. And it's basically accounting, do you want to report on it?
Procedure. It's accounting procedure on what the update's going to be coming in 2025, what to expect. And basically with Gatsby, to me, it's kind of lenient now based on the previous. So there's things that's going to be changed in 2025.
They're streamlining
Yeah,
things.
they're trying to streamline, because everything reporting before was line by line.
Complicated.
Yeah, so now they're kind of like combining. Their board of the Gatsby is trying to do that. So hopefully in '25, we have one more year to do this audit with all the Gatsby. Yeah, so also with,
Unified guidance.
they
audit.
did, yeah, the unified guidance, the audit, anything. The price was like 75,000 and above is to do a unified guidance audit. Now they're trying to change it to 150,000. Anybody that receives 150,000 has to do that.
These
So
are separate grants.
Yeah.
So if you receive a separate grant in the amount
federal
of
grants.
Yeah, federal grant in an amount of 75 or now 150, you have to have a separate audit in addition to your regular audit, which, I mean, last time we were quoted was about another 10,000. It's just kind of a deeper dive into just that specific grant. And that's per grant. So
Yeah, and
we're
so-
looking at having to do a UG audit for something with public health this year. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
This year? 'Cause we didn't do it last
Well, in 2025, we're not there, but they're trying to change that because it's anybody sub-granted has to do it now. Anybody that's granted on the clearinghouse side or, federal site has to do that. But in 2025, if the updates change, it's the whoever has the grant will have to do it, not the sub-grant. But we'll see. I mean, it's still up on their board. That would be great for us
I
if
hope
we
so.
receive the money in 2025.
I hope so.
You want to wait?
We're working on it.
Hope springs eternal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're actually working on quite a few grants right now.
Yes.
So, but I'm crossing my fingers and not talking about it until we get it. Okay, so regarding engineering, I'm happy to say that we are now in compliance with FCC. Our station is now fully powered and in accordance with FCC licensing parameters. John Munya finally was successful in replacing the transmitter, and this was damaged from the typhoon, right? The transmitter and the microwave. So the transmitter was replaced and now is working. We are working on the procurement now to replace the microwave, which we're very close to doing. And this means we're broadcasting now on free TV and also with our broadcast partners. We're simulcasting on both Docomo and GTA's basic cable services. So we are now fully in compliance. So if you plug the TV in, you can see PBS now without having to have Docomo or GTA. Regarding development and production, we are working to change our digital distribution workflow. After attending the PBS annual meeting, Kel and I, we were inspired to revamp our interdepartmental workflow with PBS internally, and we have created a system to focus PBS content for online distribution. So the focus will be online distribution, then broadcast. So we're kind of flipping it around because everything up until this point was for broadcast. So as you see our viewer and our consumer change, we need to change. So we're working on the workflow now to make sure that everything that we push out will be social and online focused first and then to broadcast, which I think will grow our social. And that's where our viewers are right now. People are watching. They're watching PBS on the PBS app. They're looking on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and maybe even Twitter and stuff. But they're watching it on their mobile devices first before sitting down and watching it on TV. So we're going to shift our priorities to online distribution first and then secondary broadcasts.
So is that a change in how the programming is produced or how the final content appears?
It's going to change in production. The change will be in production. So basically, as we are producing local program, we're producing local program for broadcast, of course. But as we launch programs, the focus will be to social and online and then broadcast. So we want to push it out. Basically, the publicity, we want to push it out on social. And then, of course, we'll have our promos and stuff like that. It's going to launch on TV, but we're going to do that first. Like, that's going to be our, that's going to be our launching point. And so we're creating the flow for this and basically the SOP, and just changing things around so we can change the production's mindset on what it is they need to produce. So now they know that instead of producing a standard generic 30-second spot or 60-second spot, we're going to have to pivot and do some Instagram, social reels, social stories, wall posts, maybe something for YouTube that's a little bit shorter, and then the 30s and 60s. So it's more work, but it's better.
Are you talking about regular programs like
Everything.
Academic Challenge Bowl? Like,
Everything,
so you mean you're saying,
local programming.
I mean, you wouldn't be broadcasting
Actually,
Academic
even-
Challenge Bowl on YouTube before it's on television?
No, not you. We're talking about like publicity, launching, promotional launching. I mean, promotional spots, like pushing it out on social first. And also, I mean, if we're gonna stream on YouTube, we can say that too. But we are gonna broadcast, but we want to the focus will be on promotion, right? On social promotion or digital, I guess you could say that, and then more linear where it's TV.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just it's a change in the marketing strategy, and it's we just need to get production on board, and we just have to grow with the times, right? Modernizing the station, and
Well,
this
it's
is
true, 'cause, I mean, YouTube is very popular, I think, with all ages, and it's like
kids
so-
nowadays don't watch TV. Nobody does. So
true.
we need to adjust ourselves, right? So that we could be where they are, and that will help.
I kind of agree with that.
So I'm glad that Kel went, because I remember we were having lunch one day, and just in the lunch, it was a lunch break, and he's like, I need to talk to you about something, and I'm like, yeah, I need to talk to you about something, and then we ended up talking about this thing and didn't even eat lunch. We're like, okay, we got to figure it out. But, these are the ideas that get sparked when you go to like annual meeting, when there's just so much stuff and you could see what the other stations are doing and how easy or hard it is to implement. And, we just learn from each other and get the best practices. So that came from annual meeting. Another thing that's kind of big is PBS website build. We are totally rebuilding our website. It's in the process of a rebuild, and in order to bring the website up to national member station standards, we're transitioning to the Bento platform, and this is something we also learned in annual meeting that a lot of stations are. This is like the national template for websites. So what we want to do is we want to be at the national level of standard. So we want to have a website like everybody else, it's kind of structured, right? So Bento gives you the template. We have our own website that we just kind of go rogue and do whatever we want, and we hire someone to do, we have a webmaster. So we've already informed the webmaster that we will be moving to this platform and managing the website in-house. So we're in the process of that transition right now. There's not going to be an additional cost. Actually, it'll save us money because we're not having to pay for the third-party web developer now. So there's no additional
An
cost.
outside person is the one that does it?
Yes,
Now,
right now. But we've already informed him that we can do it on our own and that we're doing it. So we're building it.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of high-tech people here. Yeah.
Yes, and we can do it, and we're going to train. So we'll have some redundancy. Right now, Kel Munoz, he is the one who's rebuilding the website, and then he's going to train Scotty to manage it as well, and then somebody else in production. So there is some redundancy in case anything happens, we can still manage it. And it'll save us some money.
Yeah, that's something I think that the board has been has viewed as a positive step for quite some time, and I'm glad that it's finally moved. And if it was because you discovered it at the
The
meeting,
bento, yeah.
you know,
I mean, we've wanted to upgrade the website. I even tried to do it a couple years ago where we did change the face of the website. It just wasn't what we wanted, and we just couldn't communicate that, right? Like, I think it was just very limited what we were getting, and so we had to be satisfied and accept what we had. But we saw that, they had this bento platform that is just templated for all the stations, and almost everyone was using it, and so, it just makes sense that we
Sure.
move. And we meet the national standard.
I wonder if this name came from like bento boxes in Japan, that everything's
probably not.
It's kind of similar because
Yeah,
putting
you-
everything-
in
So
little
what you do
special
is you
space,
can
right?
choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a clever name.
Put everything
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
So that was developed by PBS for their stations, and so why not use it?
Okay.
I have a question regarding the status. We are currently awaiting the pending transfer of the domain name PBS.Guam.org
Yes.
from its original registrant. So who was the original
Our current-
registrant? It was
So
PBS.
Our current
Designer.
webmaster owns the domain. Typically, when you have a website, the third-party webmaster or web
designer?
they will say, okay, you need to
They will
buy
get it.
this, and we buy it so that we own the domain. It didn't happen that way. He bought it himself, so he owns it.
Who is that?
So his name is Joe Tripler. So
Tripler.
Tripler.
Is from Guam?
He,
Some local
he's from
person?
Guam, but he lives
He
in
was.
Vegas right
Yeah,
now.
they were-
He moved.
Yeah.
So we have a backup plan, but we are currently waiting for him. We did ask him to transfer ownership of the domain name to us, and he has been cooperating, and we're in the process of transferring, which takes about a week. If he didn't want to do that, the backup plan is we would just switch it around and we would become Guam PBS instead of PBSGuam.org. And we have already reserved that domain name, so we already kind of purchased it so that nobody could take it. But it looks like we're just going to keep our old one, so
Which is PBSGuam.org.
PBSGuam.org. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I'm not worried about it. I mean, if it doesn't happen, we'll just be GuamPBS.org, and almost all the other national stations are. That's how their call letters are. It's like Vegas PBS or Cincinnati PBS. We're the only ones that are like PBS Guam. We're kind of inverted the language, but it's fine.
Who is that person?
His name is Joe
Tripler.
Tripler.
What?
Joe Tripler.
The names is familiar, but
I don't know
Rings
him.
familiar, but I don't-
His brother used to do programs here. Joe and
I heard the name. I thought, but
they're
know
local.
with the
They were local. Yeah.
okay.
The only cost that we would incur is if we had to purchase a new domain name, and so we would have to purchase that. But right now, it doesn't look like there are going to be any costs. Next, I guess, would be the FestPack documentary and PBS Passport. We're in post-production now, and we are scheduled to have a delivery of the documentary by December 2020, this December. We will be also launching our next episode of Sina that month. And then we have a 15-minute preview that we're scheduled delivery for October. So that we'll be able to debut the 15-minute preview of FestPack during our gala, and also for an event with Kaha. And so that's what we're planning on doing now. Ancient Sites and Traditions of Micronesia. We're working with in post-production with Dr. Carson with UOG. And that looks like we should be releasing that again next year as well. We're also going to be releasing music education docuseries. This is going to be, we've been working with Antalan Middle School, Ukudu High School, Simon Sanchez, JFK, Harvest Christian Academy, St. John's, and the Guam Philharmonic Foundation. We've been covering performances, interviews, and B-roll of them, and we're going to be doing a series that will also release next year. This is all under the PBS University banner. Procurement, I guess we will do later. And then what I thought I would do is on the last page, just kind of give you some of our local programming. I don't need to read it, I don't think, but if in case you guys want to see it, it's published in the paper, but this is just some of the local programming you can see for the rest of the month.
Do we have to?
On the last page, it's a back page.
This is for the whole month?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just some local. I mean, basically, we're going to do Academic Challenge Bowl. This year's season already started to broadcast, but you'll see that there are some more episodes.
In July?
Well, it started in July, but there's still some episodes like St. John's in September.
No, but I mean, there was no school in July.
No, we pre-recorded it. This is broadcast.
Oh, you
Yeah. This
even
is like
though,
the TV guide for you guys. You guys could just look and see what our programming is.
even though there was no school, you
Well,
recorded?
we recorded it, then we edited it down, and then we broadcast later. So it's not live.
The students came and competed
Yeah,
even
right
though
here's our set.
even though there was no school?
No, we
It's
recorded
before
it.
school ended.
Yeah, we recorded it while they were in school. Yeah. It's just there's so many episodes that it takes some time to edit down.
Produce.
Yes. And that's it for me until procurement.
Okay. You,
Oh, wait, so what about this thing?
That's all the
we
procurement.
haven't got there yet.
Oh. So that is in the,
That's all of this stuff.
Okay, financials. You have a snapshot of financials in front of you.
Well, I only had a chance to do private funds just because this week is payroll and Evila's on leave, so I'm doing also accounting work. So Jerry came Wednesday and or Tuesday, sometime this week, or was it last week? I forget too. But anyway, what he did is trying to put this thing in our QuickBooks so that it can modify itself on a monthly basis. And we're trying to work on the new company. We've been trying to work on this. So what he said when I showed him what you guys wanted, he had told me that the amount on the transfer to the checking should not be in the top, because when a report, you have to give the actual. So what I did is the top is the private funds income versus the expense, right? So when you look at the bottom there, that's where I put the private funds savings to checking.
Oh, the dark green.
Meaning where we took, money from our savings to cover our monthly expense. Okay? So this is what he's going to try to put in the QuickBooks so that I don't have to generate it every month to put it.
Can I make a comment? Just tell Jerry, I don't know about the other members, but to me, I don't understand anything. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to look at. I don't know what to compare. I don't know. The very best thing is every month for you to give us an income statement for that month and a balance sheet. That's all we need.
I know, but we did. But you guys wanted, Donovan wanted on a monthly basis.
Yes, a monthly basis.
But it cannot be done in the QuickBooks. So what
yes, it
happened?
can.
No, he's working on it because you have to understand our QuickBooks is like 15 years old. So if we're going to adjust it now, it cannot be done. So what he's doing is we're creating the new company so that our reports will be like this in the QuickBooks.
My company is like 20 years old, and I can do that, and I have always been able to do that.
Well, he does your books, right?
No, I do my
you
own.
do your own.
He just does my taxes.
Okay, so your company, you do it on a monthly basis?
Yes, any day. I can go into my system right now, and I put in my system, let me have an income statement as of today, or as of the middle of the year.
Yeah, you could do an income as of today.
Or just for this month.
But if you wanted to show on a monthly from October every month, you have to Excel it out, export it out to Excel.
No, you can do one for each month if you.
Oh,
if you
yes,
want.
we could do ones for each month, but you're gonna have one paper for this month, one for every month, not like this on a spreadsheet.
Okay.
I will let him know again
All I
on what
know
you're
is-
saying, but that.
Can you make any sense of this?
I'm just saying, it's spelled out there on your income. This is what you get for October, November. These are all the monies that's received every month. This is coming from QuickBooks.
I guess maybe the question we should ask ourselves is what information do we absolutely want to see every month?
Because it's showing you their income every month. This is from, if you go to whatever month you want to see in QuickBooks, these amounts are what is in QuickBooks. So I export it out into the Excel sheet on a monthly basis. So this is what is showing, the income versus expense. So the bottom part is all your expense.
No, it says revenue in the top, and then
Revenue.
then you got the expenses.
Yes.
But
The bottom
but
right there, the bottom there, it says private funds expense, and then it says private funds net profit, meaning you take your income minus your expense.
And keep in mind, this is only private funds. This is not CPB.
Yeah, this is not the CPB, this is not the AFR, this is not
Still,
GovWam.
you know, this, I
So
mean,
that's
to me,
other
this-
pieces of the picture that we don't have.
Yeah.
Because we really don't know, and this is one of the, been the problems with the board. I take full responsibility. We are not sure what we need to see on a monthly basis. I think that's, like I said, that's the question we need to ask ourselves.
You know what?
And then
In-
we
in-
need to be able to interpret the information that we have in front of us to see if any of that.
Mayor Flo, the last
questions are
month,
answered.
you said it was okay because I put the money that we transfer from from the,
Yes, but it
to
was-
on the top, so it shows a negative on the bottom, and, you know.
It was not like, it was more. I
It's
mean,
the same
I'm not
thing.
used to seeing this.
It's the same thing I reported every month. So, yeah, what do you want is what you guys are asking for. So whatever it is just exporting out to the Excel sheet. There's nothing changed. I don't change any numbers. If you go into the Excel, into the QuickBooks, these numbers are in the QuickBooks. And if I give you a monthly sheet, what was presented every month versus this, I can give you that. So you can see what was given in July will be here. So that, I don't know, and I can give you the whole sheet. I printed even the cash flow, right? And it's showing what this month our cash flow is, but it's not everything that you guys would want to see.
Can I see? Oh, can we see?
This is just cash flow that what was received and what was, but it's not what you're gonna ask for. And I know already, because he said, give them the cash flow, but
Okay, so a statement like this, all I think that we need every month is income statement and balance sheet for every month. That's all we need. You don't need to give us all of these things. And in the income statement, sometimes it could be 2 or 3 pages long. It would be private funds. It would be private expenses, whatever it is. But everything is in one thing like this, with a heading like that. No, just.
I did give you that before.
No, just take a picture and give it just.
I did give you that report before, was income versus,
That's how we used to
it was used to be given, but Donovan wanted to see the whole spread out.
Yeah, that's when we
every
actually-
month.
So we're in a work in progress here. We're
Yes,
trying,
yes.
the board is trying to learn
I will.
what it is we need to know, and we haven't
Okay.
yet figured that out.
Basically, the profit and loss statement is pretty standard, right? You have the income and then the profit and loss statement. That's pretty standard for any
This is what
corporation or
I
meeting or
prefer.
nonprofit, whatever, any
it's-
organization approving financials. And that's the most generic and form of, you could see a snapshot of the financials. I think Lorraine was trying to make it, because we've been tweaking it every month to month to month, right? And so private funds is where we use our money.
Most of our money.
CPB, that funding source is strictly for salaries, right? We pull the money, we pay the salaries, that's it. And then there's the Gov Guam funds, which we do not even have access, we don't use that either. That's strictly for power and Gov Guam employees. So every other expense comes from private funds, which is what we're showing you.
Yeah, but is this included in your QuickBooks?
Yes, this is
That's straightly from
This is straight
QuickBooks.
from-
It's just
So this
exported.
information with the heading like that,
Okay.
these private funds, expenses, everything is going to be in
So
in
basically, I
the
think-
income statement.
I can give you the
Basically,
income
it's the-
And
statement
if you
every
can
month.
give us the cash flow, that's okay too. We don't need that.
Maybe just the balance sheet and the profit and loss.
Yeah,
Yes,
then we
we'll
can
just-
give it on a monthly basis, so
Yeah.
I don't have to do this anymore?
Well, I don't know,
if you
but
don't really care about seeing the categories like that, because it is a lot to digest, right? I don't know if you really need to see every single category in QuickBooks, but if you just want to see definite, finite numbers, I think the profit and loss and then the balance sheet should do it.
Well, if you want to include this in the profit and loss, so that if there's any question, we can always go back. Where does this figure come from? And then we can go back. Oh, it comes from here. That's okay.
Because
but-
this is just exported out.
The income statement.
Yes, from the income statement.
Yeah. So I think that at least for us, so that you give us
You know what?
a synopsis
Why don't
of
you
what
sit
is
with
going
me
on.
and go through the QuickBooks with me?
Maybe we can
And
go
you
with
can
Jerry.
do your report and see if it's the same thing on what we can go with it.
Yeah, I just saw what you showed me about the cash. Yes, it's
Yeah,
the same.
because it's there
Yeah,
you
or
can
a
show
sheet
me
when you
what
want to
report
give,
you're
and then
asking
it prints it for you.
Yeah, and then if the board agrees, then we can present that on a monthly basis. Okay? I mean, if you can just come and see, see our QuickBooks, how it is, and then, we can start from there.
I mean, I don't know.
So these are-
Do you understand this?
Do I
better?
understand it? I
Do you
don't-
like it better?
Well, what I've learned is having this information available is sometimes helpful. Because if one of our pairs of eyes notes something that is questionable, then we all have a chance to look at it and raise that question. The other documents that may be a more generalization of this information or a summary of the information, I'm all for that as well. I'm not a financial expert, and the more ways we can look at this financial picture that we are supposed to be looking at, the better I feel about it. So if you can find a way to communicate with
Yeah, sit with me and you can see
Lorraine
the
and Ina
QuickBooks.
what it is you want to see and how you want to see it,
Yeah,
and then we'll try that.
yeah.
It's
In the
very,
meantime,
very
let's-
simple. It's the
yeah.
same thing that they show us with the heading of cash flow, but instead of being cash flow, it would be profit and loss.
Well, we've had
We
that
did that.
document in
Or
the
income
past.
statement.
We did
and
that.
And then if you want
Yeah, we'll bring it-
further,
we'll-
then attach this.
We can attach both of it, the income versus, that's no profit.
So the previous profit and loss and balance sheet format.
Like we did it
that
before.
we did,
Yeah,
let's use
So
that
now-
and then use this as supplementary documentation.
okay, that's fine.
Let's try that next month and see how it works.
Okay,
And then we'll tweak it.
I think it's better that way.
Okay? Sure.
And
Okay.
in the profit and loss and also the balance sheet, it also tells you actual funds, money in the bank, money,
that's the balance sheet, yes.
money that is incoming, and then you can compare from the last month to the next. And
See, those
these-
have to be, we have to export those too. The balance sheet, we have to export it too. We can only do comparison, if you want comparison, from the last fiscal year or last month and this month.
Yeah, you can
that's
print the
what you want.
comparison if you want to, but I think that for us, it would be nice to have the income statement, profit and loss for each month.
Yeah, because if it's
Then
not
if-
set up, then it cannot be, the report cannot be out of QuickBooks. That's why we had to
Yes,
export it.
yes. Like
If it's
you
not
bring-
set up in the QuickBooks, that's what I'm
But it is
saying.
set up. All you have to do is.
That's why-
they give you a list.
Okay, show me 9, and then, because I'm asking our expert, which
Okay,
is,
all right.
you know, he's the one that set up our QuickBooks. So if, I'm asking him what you guys are, you know, asking. So he says the only thing we can do is export it on a monthly basis. But
Who
then
are
I
you
give
referring?
Jerry Polino, he's the one that does our books, closing and
Your
our
accountant.
audit. Yes. He closes our books every month.
He's at Tax Savers.
Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, let me see what
The
I can do.
$975 that I see under accounting services monthly?
Yes.
Okay, so we're clear as what we're going to try next month?
I'm gonna give you both.
Well, you can have this too if you want.
Yeah, she's gonna give us
And
both.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you both.
Yeah, because.
We'll take a look at it and see how it goes.
So that,
Yeah.
you know, we can see exactly
Yeah,
regular headings.
okay.
Okay.
Anything else? Moving on?
The letters are so small, like a hardly see it. So
Yeah.
We ran out of paper.
I cannot even make,
I just-
I have to just go.
I try to fit it into one paper, but we're gonna, next month is gonna probably go this way. And so it's gonna be back and front.
Okay, it's a work in progress. All
Work in
right,
progress.
thank you very much. Okay, financial, old business. One question I had, old business, was we had a offer to assist us in digitizing our analog content. Has that gone anywhere?
Well, I have been communicating with them. I haven't heard back yet, but yes, I'm still on it.
Does that mean that we have to send them all our analog content? That kind of mean, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
entrust them with our analog content.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
I wonder if we could just get a grant to do it ourselves.
Have people do it. I mean,
If we could get grant funding and
Yeah.
then do it in-house.
we could do it. I mean, once we get the flow down, right? Once we get the flow down, it's going to be pretty easy. You take the tape, you put it in the machine, you know. We just need to get
Manpower.
we need to get maybe like the solid state drives or some kind of terabyte or some kind of storage unit, right? To store it, or even store it in the cloud. And then from there, we can send it to the archives. Like
Clouds are just someone else's computer, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So right now we do, we could do that. I could look. Maybe that might be a better option. Otherwise, the way it works is we have to mail boxes and boxes and boxes of our tapes, and they will digitalize it and then
Send it back at our cost.
Send it back. Yeah.
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 Yeah, remember we used to do that.
Yeah.
But we
Well, we have
did double work.
content out here.
We really
Yes,
did double work
a lot.
on that because we went ahead and did one to stay and then one to send for archive. So that was a lot of tapes and DVD tapes that we did.
Do you have access to the archive that we?
It was CPB, it was a CPB thing.
Well, look.
I think they do. That's what they're using, right?
Let me see if there's any other, if there's some grants with like maybe Smithsonian or National Archives or something like that where we could do the work here ourselves. Because right now, as I'm talking to them, we'd have to mail
Yeah.
them,
Yep.
mail them all of our stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so many of those,
Well, not, although
10 or
that
15
that
of
too,
those.
plus
Yeah,
the
but
huge wall
10 or
out here.
15 of them, yeah.
You see the 3/4 inch, the machines are really obsolete.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's
So
why
we're-
you find somebody to do it unless,
Yeah.
Anyway, let's
Even
look
like
at
the VHS.
we can get it done
found
and
some.
get, not have to worry about the tapes getting staler.
Probably has molded.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that stuff doesn't last forever, right? It deteriorates.
Nothing
No,
lasts
it-
forever.
It's already, okay, yeah.
Okay,
That's a.
okay, new business, gala.
Okay, so the gala, I have it here. That would be, sorry. Okay, so that would be requisition number FY 2024-RQ361. The only change is the date is November. My phone just died. What is the Saturday in November? 5th or 6th?
The first
That's the
Saturday?
day of the gala?
Yeah, we were hoping to have it in October, but I just had Anna confirm with the Hyatt, and it's gonna be November 6th is their next date.
Yeah.
November 6th?
I think it's the 5th or 6th. My phone just died. What is the Saturday?
The second Saturday? Or the first Saturday?
Oh, November 2nd, sorry. Yeah.
November.
Oh, jeez.
With in old business or new business?
Okay, so regarding the gala, we have been
Did we go
searching.
to old business?
Yeah, we just
No, wait,
talked
I'm
about
so
the
confused with the date.
digitization
Now
of
it's
the
November
analog
2nd.
Second,
content.
Saturday.
Actually, there was nothing.
That's the weekend after the
There's nothing-
Guam Women's Club, Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
So-
all the weekends are booked. We were looking at the first weekend of October, but we're having some problems with the talent, so I asked her to push it
Yeah,
back.
ours is at the Hyatt.
Yeah, ours is going to be at the Hyatt too.
Oh, it is?
On the
So
second,
this,
too?
yeah, November.
So
No,
in the
theirs
Hyatt,
is the week before.
which day in November?
It looks
Also
like the second.
stay.
So right now we are looking, so we had looked for, we sent 3 quotes out for a bigger venue. Last year we were our last time we were at the Hilton, and the max capacity there was like 250 or so. And I don't know if you remember, we
Yeah.
sold out and there was not even room to go to
yeah,
the,
couldn't move.
the
It was
table.
terrible, yeah.
Yes.
And
So
the
we needed a
staff,
bigger
too.
venue. So right now we're targeting, that's good. The gala's growing.
Did you check the seat?
We checked, yes. So right now, we're looking for 350 packs, and we were able to get 3 quotes from the Hyatt, the Dusit, and the Nico. This will include the meal, the LCD screen, and projector, lighting, like uplighting, and a stage. And the lowest bid goes to the Hyatt at $19,520. The Dusit came in at $25,025, and Nico came in at $24,550.
Nico, where the facility?
Because
Nico's all the way
going
at
to
the
Gun
end.
Beach.
Doesn't have facilities. I
I've never even been
Not
to
On the
really,
bottom.
but we needed to have 3 quotes, and we needed to find 3
Nico-
hotels that had a big enough ballroom for
It is big.
350 people.
Downstairs.
And at the time that we were procuring this, the old Sheraton, I don't even know the name of
Riga.
it.
Riga.
Riga was having their F&B crisis, so we didn't
Bother.
even
And
go
Riga
there.
is, I think,
They had that,
Hyatt or Dusit.
They didn't pass the public health inspection,
Oh,
so
wow.
we skipped them and we just went and looked at all the hotels that had the. So anyway, the lowest bid goes to the Hyatt at $19,520 for 350 packs.
So how much is that going to be for a ticket?
We're looking at pricing the tickets. Well, it just depends. Right now, it depends on the talent, but we're looking at pricing the tickets between 150 and 200.
Wow.
Last time it was 200.
Yeah, 200.
Really?
Red Ball's like 350 already.
Just a dinner for just wine.
Just a dinner
and
is close
food.
to 100 already.
200, the
Yeah.
last one, and another one I think tomorrow at the other hotel is also.
They're really getting expensive now, but
Yeah,
you know,
the
I
gala
mean,
and for the Red Cross
yeah.
went up.
yeah,
So-
yeah, it went from 2 to
Yeah.
350.
So what you can make it is if people buy a table of 10, you
Oh, yeah.
give a
We're gonna
discount.
discount it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
And
what we're planning.
if it individual, then make it.
Yeah, and we're also selling underwriting for this, so we're looking for sponsorship at like 2,500, 5,000, and 10,000. So hopefully we get some of that.
And is this going to be sit down or buffet?
It's probably going to be a buffet, but we're going to have a cocktail hour 1 hour before we open the doors.
Okay.
So, if we do sit down, the price is going to go up about maybe 20 or 30%. So we'll probably look at 25,000 or something like that, like just for the dinner. Yeah, so,
I think
this is
sit
our...
down with that kind of a number of guests is maybe problematic.
Yeah.
Buffet is very simple.
They always have the Hyatt.
And
They
the
always
Hyatt-
have like 2 lines.
And the Hyatt is a nice venue, so
And they have a big bar.
I think it'll be okay.
But don't make it too much food.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's better to have a selection of foods that
Steak and
everybody
lobster
likes, but be quality rather than too much and
Yeah,
too-
not so many choices and lesser quality versus
Yeah.
fewer choices and higher quality.
Right,
I
right.
agree.
Yes. Okay, so
Okay.
seeking board action.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
You,
We have the requisition in front of you. We need a motion to
what about
approve.
this UOG
Oh, do you
intern
want me to do it
program?
all together or one by one?
UOG intern program?
Well, let's just get this one out of the way.
Or you
Okay.
prefer the
We'll come back.
procurement
So,
first?
what's just that one unit, the one issue?
I know, ours is the 26th, the Halloween.
October?
Yeah, but it's just,
The what?
I don't think it's more, the Guam Women's Club, Halloween, it's a wine tasting. And I think it's like $75. But the Hyatt, we did this a couple of years ago. The Hyatt does a great job on like heavy hors d'oeuvres, which frankly I like better than a huge meal. But it's
if
like
it's a
really
wine.
interesting. Like you walk around and try all these things.
You know, the issue is the Hyatt itself is like almost $60, 55 plus your 10%, right? So you're looking at about $60
For what?
just for the plate.
Oh,
So, that doesn't include all the other things. So there's no way we could,
Yeah.
with the entertainment and, as a fundraising event, there's no way we could charge even $100. We have to be at the 150 to 200 range because this is a fundraiser for us, right? We need to.
and what
be
talent
profitable.
are you thinking of?
We're looking for off-island talent again. Yeah. So.
So that hasn't been decided yet.
Yeah, we had a few leads, and we were waiting for them to get back to us, and we were, it was just, because they're off island, and finally it didn't work out. So we're still looking, and so, but we need to secure the hotel because it's gala season, and
Yep.
yeah,
And that was a big draw, the one that we had the last time.
yeah. So we're looking at something at that caliber.
Okay, so seeking a motion to approve the requisition FY 2024 RQ 361.
But we don't know the amount yet,
We don't.
right?
Oh yes, it's $19,520.
This is just for the hotel,
for the hotel, LCD projector and screen and
Yeah.
uplighting and stage.
everything within the hotel.
And the food, the food.
Oh,
And the food.
it's included? That's good.
And is this on the food?
And the food for 350 people.
And you already chose the food?
Right there.
We haven't chosen the menu yet. There's like option 1 or 2, but if you'd like
Yeah.
to choose, we can send it to you.
Well, no, maybe when you decide, we can get together. And also, aren't you going to go and test it?
Their food is pretty
Did they
good.
give you a test?
I like
testing?
it.
No, Sam.
Where are you?
Yeah.
It's the,
But
We
it's
had a
not
lot of
high-end,
weddings
it's
there, and their food is good.
No, still, I mean, it's all dependent on the ingredients that they use.
61.
Me too.
Sure, so you
Yeah.
will decide on the food and all that, but we'll
They
have
really
to
just
figure
give us a
that out.
couple menus.
I think
and-
the 55 is the high end, right? The 55 is the high end,
Okay, so
and that's a
if
good price.
55 is the high end, maybe just look at the menu and maybe if you like something, I'll suggest or something. Okay, are you guys do you want to discuss any more? Or
no,
can
no,
we-
we're ready. Yeah.
What,
Okay,
you
so
mean the
I
venue?
would like,
Yeah.
I think that,
the menu, the money,
Horse has left.
everything,
That
the
is a
amount,
good
everything.
price.
It is a good price. Anna,
Okay.
Anna did a good
Yep.
she did good in getting the price down.
So I would like to make a motion to approve requisition number RQ361 in the amount of $19,520 to the Hyatt Hotel for the gala, food and venue and other things. Which are the-
Food and venue not to include talent.
Okay. All right, so.
a second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Okay, so that is done. So you can just go and secure the venue.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the next item for procurement is
Oh,
procurement
yeah.
number FY 2024-RQ368. This one's for engineering department. It's actually one of our FEMA projects, and it's the Barragata transmitter site perimeter fence replacement. So for this one, three quotes were received. I also have a cheat sheet here for this one because the FEMA stuff is a little bit complicated. The 3 quotes were obtained, and the lowest bid went to MS Building, Inc., DBA Fence Masters, totaling $22,374.14. So up at Barragata,
MSville Fence Masters?
Fence Masters.
That's Jerry's.
Weekly, yeah.
So we
Brother-in-law.
got 3 quotes from JCL General Contractor, Hardy Pacific, and then the Fence Masters. So up at Barragata, we got broken into last year, and they cut a big portion of the fence behind the like at the back portion of the side portion of the building. So John Munoz was able to patch it up and then like stitch it up together. But then the other 3 sides was damaged from the typhoon and totally fell down, and it's all distorted. So we need to replace the whole perimeter. So what FEMA has awarded us was only the damage. So they awarded us, based on their computation, $14,442.85. With FEMA, these federal grants, emergency grants, it's a 90-10 match. They pay 90%, we pay 10%. So PBS would have to have paid, if it was $14,000, right? The FEMA would only cover $12,998.57. When we got the quotes for the fence, it was actually the lowest bid was the Fence Masters, and it was $22,374.14, much higher than the $14,000 that was allotted from FEMA. So FEMA will still pay the $12,000.
Here.
They will still pay $12,998.
These are different numbers.
Just the
Ovi, if you go
just
to the
look at
sheet,
cheat sheet,
the
'cause
sheet
it's
on
kinda
on
complicated.
Ina's report.
Yeah.
On the back
It's on
of
the
her-
back sheet.
of her
Yeah,
report.
I saw that.
Where?
Yeah.
Find the general manager,
Oh, this one?
Oh, okay.
second to last sheet.
Oh, okay. Okay, so.
So like I said, the FEMA awarded us
What is this for then?
the first
This
box.
Those are the actual bids. This is the breakdown.
That's our requisition sheet.
This is the breakdown.
So the requisition is actually
Yeah.
what we attach for procurement.
Yeah.
So this is just the cheat sheet, so you could read it easier. So FEMA
And now I can't find it.
it's the last
Behind
page 2 of my report.
Ina's report.
Ina's report. There.
Yeah.
So it's in the
Yeah.
back.
Inside, look for
Oh,
the
yeah, I saw
the
it
red-
earlier, and then I'm a
Okay.
little overwhelmed here.
So for this project, the Barragata fence, FEMA awarded us $14,442.85, right? The 90% that they would cover for the project is $12,998.57. But Fence Master says that they're the lowest quote, but the project is going to cost us $22,374.14. So with FEMA paying 90%, so basically we pay all of it, right? And then they're going to reimburse us 90%. So with them paying the 90% of what they awarded us, not the project costs, they will only pay $12,998.57. So our share will be $9,375.57, which isn't so bad for a brand new fence.
Yeah.
For the whole thing.
Yes, for the whole thing.
Is this including the vertical posts?
Yes. So they're gonna do
There's
the
no insurance, there was no insurance on this, or is it?
not on the fence.
No.
So this will be new fence line, a new gate, the vertical post dug into I don't know how many feet into the ground and cemented, and then they're putting caps on them because they noticed that there were no caps, and so water was going in and then rusting, everything. So this is for a whole new fence with the gate and the post. So brand new.
Okay, so,
I was suggesting
So
about.
I need approval for
What
the
are all
whole
these
22
numbers? I don't know what
Okay.
these numbers
So
are.
we
over
approve-
here.
with the
the whole
12,000
22.
being reimbursed back to us.
and then we mentioned the reimbursement.
Can you bring us now to this?
Okay, so for this is just the actual 3 quotes. It doesn't say what FEMA gave us or not. This is just describing the grant information. So I'm telling you the funding source. Like we're gonna use private funds and FEMA's gonna give us 12,000. So really we're only paying 9,000. But the project itself, the 3 quotes we got, the lowest bid was 22,000.
Okay, so where
But
is
I'm
it?
saying FEMA's gonna pay for some and we're gonna pay for some.
Okay, so where in here, where is
Okay,
those amounts?
so on here, oh no.
Broken down,
Is it
so it's not.
370,
It says
correct?
14,000.
Sorry, I copied
print
only
the
the
first-
first page.
Is it 370, is that what we're talking about?
I only printed the first page, it's my fault, I'm so sorry about that, but here, you could look, it's actually 3
68.
pages long because it talks about the
Everything.
posts, the wire, the barbed wire, all these things, so
That's a different quotes for different projects.
I only copied the first page. So these are the actual 3 quotes.
You want me to copy it?
370.
Shall I copy it?
Isn't that the one we're doing now?
I'm good.
Okay, and which one is which? Is
The
this,
lowest here, 22,374.14.
Yeah.
which is where, here?
Yes, that one. You should just
So
write
when
it
you
down.
add this up,
The whole,
Those are
no,
3
plus the
pages.
3 page. Let me just print it.
Let's take a copy of it.
Yeah, so that they can add it.
No,
So
something is missing.
the lowest bid is
Yeah, this is 3
JCL? This is the lowest, JCL, right?
Fence masters, but let me-
12,000?
It was my fault, I just copied, I had Bert copy the first page, I should have told her to look at it.
But is it 12,000, that's the lowest bid?
No, 22,000.
22,000.
Well, what,
But then we're going to get reimbursed from,
I see, that's why, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I did read the
Oh,
explanation
see,
before,
so you
but I
only
didn't.
had one page?
Yes, when I gave it to Bert to copy, she only copied the first page. So
Okay.
So we need to,
it's actually 3 pages long, so you'll see line by line what the costs are.
So what I would like to see, what is the 3 bids? Of course, Fence Masters is the cheaper at 22,000, but how
That
much?
information, I
rate's gonna copy,
believe,
yeah.
is on the other 2
Okay.
pages that are coming.
Okay.
But in the end, what we will be paying out of pocket after we get our reimbursement is $93.75.57 for a whole new fence around the Barrigada perimeter.
was it like one of those wire fences?
It's like chain link,
Chain link.
with the gates and barbed wire
Oh,
on the top.
so in the motion, do we have to mention that
You just need to
something
say
is 12,000
Iron
is
Corporation.
reimbursable?
22,000. You're authorizing us because that's what we're going to cut a check
Okay.
for. And then just note that it's attached to a FEMA grant, and we will receive grant
Okay.
funding. I don't think you need to say the specific amount because it's a percentage.
Okay.
So how come is such a big gap between the actual award from FEMA and the actual cost?
Because when FEMA came out and did the work last year, they got their own 3 quotes. And a lot of the time, and during this time when FEMA was here, a lot of the contractors were busy or they couldn't get, if they couldn't get 3 quotes from Guam, they got their 3 quotes
Thank you,
from the
Lorraine.
States. So there's this pricing disparity in some of the items. So if they weren't able to get 3 quotes here, they went through their
got it, yeah.
procurement and got a quote in the States. And so what they did was they came, they measured everything. It was all of us, me and John and his crew. They measured everything. Their engineers came out and determined what was storm damage, what was not storm damage or whatever. And they came back with a number and it wasn't negotiable. It was like, this is what we're giving you for the repair for this
Take it or
project.
leave it.
And yes,
Yeah.
basically. So, and just like in Mingilao, they said only this portion we're going to repair. So, but I'll get to that.
Okay, so
So if
basically,
you look, this is actually 3 pages.
Yeah.
And you can see it's things like remove and replace the chain link fence. The fence for 140 feet long and 88 inches high. Remove and replace the barbed wire. Replace the barbed wire. Remove and replace the vertical fence posts. Then replace the posts. So you see
They
all
really
the,
spelled it
all
out.
the line items.
Everything had
but
a
we're
cost.
still calling it RQ 370, right?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yes,
It's just there's so many items.
These say
It didn't fit.
368, but we're doing this one.
so
68 is what we're
25,
doing.
60, and
We're doing
32.
68 right now.
So on 68, there are 3 pages.
Yes, I have it. And-
Yeah.
But the number,
No, it's 68 all the way around.
The 70s are different.
The quote 68 has 3 pages.
70s are
And in the last page, it tells you the amount for each bidder.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to make a motion.
Okay?
Go ahead.
Well, we did get 3 quotes. The first quote for JCL General Contractor was $25,000. The second quote for Hardy Pacific was $60,772 and 65 cents. And then the lowest quote, which goes to Fence Masters, is $22,374.14.
Okay. Okay,
Give it a shot, Judy.
I move that, I move to approve FY 2024 RQ 368 for replacing the fence by Fence Masters for the total amount of $22,374.14, some of which is to be, 90% which is to be reimbursed by FEMA.
90% of FEMA's estimate, which would be $12,998.57.
Okay.
And this is at the Barragata transmitter station.
Okay.
Location.
I second.
Okay, everybody clear? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Muy complicado.
Okay, that's the hardest one because that one came up higher than the actual grant.
Yes.
So next one will be requisition FY 2024-RQ370. This one is for the Mangilaw fence. This is also FEMA funded.
Is here, this one?
Yes.
Yes.
But
But
just
this is
the front.
only for the front. So the front gate
Coming
and
in.
the front,
Here?
that front line. Where are we at?
Right here in the front,
The front
coming
line,
in,
where the gate is.
Oh, yeah.
Coming
that
in.
line only.
Because that
yeah.
looks like
that
hell.
whole thing.
Yeah, it's falling
Only,
down.
not this area.
Or the other side, just the front.
For GW area? No,
Oh,
it's just that front.
Yeah.
Where the roadside is.
okay.
That's it.
And is that also going to be reimbursed 90% by
Yes.
FEMA?
Yes.
Oh,
So for this requisition, requisition 70, 3 quotes were obtained and the lowest bid goes to JCL General Contractors at $12,300 for the replacement of the Mangilaw Station entrance fence and gates. So for this project, FEMA actually awarded us $22,283.84. 90% of that would have been $20,055.46, while PBS's 10% match would have been $2,228.38. When we got the 3 quotes, the lowest quote came in at $12,300, much lower than what was awarded. So $12,300 is the total. 90% of that, so FEMA will cover $11,070, so that means PBS's 10% match is only $1,230, $1,230.
okay, wait a minute.
But why is the other one circled?
So, can I ask you a question? If FEMA awarded $22,283 and the procurement came out at $12,003, why don't we do the whole fence?
Yeah.
Instead of,
We can
You
only
have to
do
do
what
FEMA.
we have to do exactly what was on the project.
okay, but FEMA said $22,283. And
But
then,
we have to procure on our own, and that's what the procurement came out to be.
and we cannot keep the rest?
No, we cannot. We have to submit the invoices, and they'll pay the 10% up to this amount. But we were able to get we remember the renovation grant, renovation. The
Yes.
fence line is included in the renovation, so I'm gonna allow FEMA to pay for the front, and then when we're ready to renovate, at the end of the project, we're gonna replace the whole fence.
And there
So
is-
we have a plan.
Okay, all right. Because
Don't worry.
I know, I'm saying, if they awarded it so much, why
I know.
can't they?
Because it's reimbursement.
Yeah,
When it's reimbursement, FEMA will only give you what we spent.
based on the project
And you have to
specs
do
that was
exactly
approved.
I
What-
know,
As
because
approved,
At the
yeah.
Hyatt, when that canopy went down.
Yeah.
And then they were rebuilding it, and I thought, this one looks bigger. And one of the managers told me, absolutely not, it has to be exact
Exactly,
same footprint.
yes.
Exact same
Everything
everything,
has to be
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're not gonna make your house nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Just the way it was,
Okay.
Yes.
only working.
that's
So they
it.
approved the project,
Yeah.
For the front of the fence only.
and so you
Yeah.
have to stay within the parameters of that project.
But they
even if
gave
it
you
costs less.
22,000?
I know.
Would be nice.
All right.
Doesn't work
So
that
we're
way.
doing,
But, I mean, it's gonna cost us $1,200 to fix the whole front with the gate, so I'm happy about
so
that.
are we gonna do GCL? Because for some reason, this one's circled, the 22,000 circled. Ian?
Where?
70? Are you looking at 70?
Requisition 70.
No, see, yes, GCL. Fence Masters didn't want to
The
bid in this?
22,000 is circled.
No, 12,300 is the lowest bid.
Oh, well, mine, this one's circled, I don't know
This
why.
one?
12,300. Now,
Yeah, circled, somebody circled it.
Fence Masters didn't want to bid on this?
We did
Project-
ask. We
Yeah,
did
the
ask
project's too
everybody.
small. No, I'm just kidding. No, they didn't come.
Okay.
We sent the bids out at
Yeah.
the same time.
We sent it to everyone that we sent, you know.
So we're,
up there.
we're approving JCL, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve the bid from JCL General Contractors for RQ 370 for the amount of $12,300
For the front,
for the
Front fence.
removal
in
and
Manila.
replacement of the fence
In Manila.
The front gate in Manilao.
front gate.
in Manila.
Okay, clear? Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. That's this one.
Okay, now we're up to,
Okay, so the next one is requisition FY 2024-RQ371. This one is an engineering project, also from FEMA, our FEMA project. This is office carpet replacement. 3 quotes were obtained, and the lowest bid is from Carpet Masters or the Shutter Factory at 29. Oh, what is it?
2,955.
Okay, sorry, that's, oh, yes. 29,
2009.
yeah, 2955. The replacement of the carpet are for the 3 admin offices. So, back to what you were saying about replacement of exactly by spec, we asked them if we could replace it with tile, replace it with anything else, because we had water damage right from the typhoon and mold. But it has to be the exact same high traffic carpet. Like, we couldn't even get the tile carpet so we could pick up the tile and replace it. It had to be the same. So that's why we know that FEMA will only replace as
but
per
it's
their.
kind of dumb though, right? I
Yeah.
mean, in
Well,
Guam, it makes so
Yeah,
much sense to have
but we
tile.
had carpet, got wet and moldy, so they're replacing the carpet only.
How come
So-
it's such a big difference from
The pricing?
M80 systems? Are they using carpet? I mean, tile or what?
I don't know, it could be the brand, I'm not sure. So we did get three quotes. Carpet Masters, M80,
Huh?
They're just fishing.
Quantity one?
And the carpet
That
store.
per,
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the carpet
that you
store.
were, also,
1 office, 2 office, 3
Okay.
The
office.
Got
carpet
it.
store is
So, I don't know why, but they all came out, they all inspected the same offices,
Yeah.
and then they all gave us their quote. And so I don't know what the disparity is. The only difference with this one is so the actual award from FEMA was $6,630.41. That was for the removal and replacement of the carpet, right? We were supposed to probably do it at the same time, but we did it separately. So we did already remove the carpets from the office, and it cost us $1,125. So I have that there, carpet removal. So the procurement for today, the lowest bid goes to Carpet Masters at $29.55. So you'll see that our share, FEMA share is $26.59.50, and our share is $295.50. But I also needed to add the carpet removal, and the total cost ends up to be about $4,080,
Yes,
which
but-
is still below what was awarded at $66.30. So
Wait a minute. If you look at these figures, the lowest bid is for
carpet master.
Carpet
no,
masters.
the carpet store, because it includes the installation and removal. See?
Yeah, but we
It's-
already had it
it's
removed.
moved.
We removed it earlier this year, so we already
After
paid
the, after the
$1,100.
typhoon, we removed
'Cause it
the
was
carpet.
moldy,
It was
so-
stinky.
Because everyone was getting sick from the mold.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you look in our offices, we don't have any carpet.
Okay.
So we already had it removed, but we just couldn't get we just didn't do the carpet replacement.
But we're going to submit that to FEMA,
Yes.
that quote.
So that's why I put it in here, because you're going to see the total numbers, and this is what's going to be submitted to FEMA.
Well, that's true. That's okay. But according to the bid, this is the cheapest, because if you have it removed, you tell them remove this. I mean,
Everybody's including removal and replacement, but we don't have any need for removal because they're already removed.
also here, this one doesn't have installation.
You see, it's
No,
just zero.
because the removal was already done.
Yeah.
I don't know why they put the
But
price
they're
there,
all
but
including it, like this would come with removal and replacement, but we don't need removal because we already removed it. But it is on their quotes, that's why we included it here. Yeah.
but even
But they
if you add
understand
up,
that they can't charge us for removal, right?
Yeah, well, it's
Well, even if you don't,
If you really look
it's
at.
also installation. It says installation and removal. So they're charging for the installation.
So
If we
It's
go back and just
3,000.
ask them for installation, not to include removal?
well, that 1,002 is included installation
Let me look at their
on
quote
that,
one more time.
on that price. The
just
other
saying-
I know
two,
Donovan's saying we should get credit because we already removed it.
Yeah.
It
Well-
says,
Why am
it
I
says-
paying them to remove it? when
It
it's
says
removed?
they actually wrote it in installation/removal for $12,065.
so that's probably why they're putting additional, that 1,000 is for installation.
But couldn't you go?
But the other two are not charging installation, they're just charging one full price.
No, we want them to install.
Yeah, but
Yes.
they're
We
wanna
not.
ask
No, it is
them.
included.
But it's included.
Yeah.
We want to ask them for a quote that is only installation, period. Because the removal has been done. So.
Maybe their thing is buy the
Well,
carpet, they'll install it.
The
And
other
that's
guys
what
are not
it's-
even charging for
Yeah,
installation.
they're not. It's a one.
These guys added the line item installation/removal of 1,200, but
But we
that
put
wasn't
it-
even in the quote. request.
But it says there for installation, carpet and installation on our quote, asking
So
them.
this is an additional line item that wasn't even
They put it in.
for, yeah.
So
But they know that you already removed it.
They came and
They-
looked at it. They all came and inspected.
So they knew there's
They
nothing
saw
there.
the floor.
So nobody has to remove anything.
in other words,
They all came, looked at the space, and left, gave us a quote. So I think that we just go with the bottom number because they all saw the same floor.
Yeah.
And then
So we're
There's
paying
nothing
for-
on it.
they physically came here.
we're paying for the carpet, which is the 1,925, and they're charging us installation fee.
Okay, I think we just
I
want to
understand that.
clarify, I think we just want to clarify that we're not paying for
Yeah.
any type of
Yeah.
removal.
With the rest.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what
but
I don't think so. I mean, they came here,
And it
they
says
all
there,
came this week,
Installation.
right? It was just this week they came?
Yes.
Yeah, but in the
Just
event that
yesterday.
the person who prepared the final quote was not here.
Yeah.
And is thinking, oh, we
They
have,
had-
But
wrote-
it just says
they handwrote it.
installation, yeah.
I mean, it's handwritten by
Now,
them,
when
installation and whatever.
when we do this new construction, is that
We're
going to
gonna
be
have
torn
new
up
floor-
again?
We're gonna have new
It's gonna
floors.
take it out.
What?
We're gonna have new floors.
So you mean you're just spending money on this for a very temporary time?
We
Yes.
have to.
here's the thing, FEMA gave us money to do this.
Yes.
So,
I know,
And we
but
already did half of the job.
no, but just saying, like in a few months, it's going to be torn up.
well, maybe in 6 months to 8 months to 12 months. In the meantime, we're providing a comfortable workspace for our workers.
Yeah, okay.
The 90% is covered by FEMA,
Yeah.
whether it costs us $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000, 90% is coming from FEMA.
Yeah.
So I think we're looking a gift horse in the mouth, and maybe we should just
That was one of my mother's.
I just want-
look beyond that
Yeah.
and move forward.
And also know that they did physically come here and inspect the space before they gave us the quotes.
Yeah.
So they did see the floors, and you've seen our offices, there's glue and floor. That's what is on the ground. There's no carpet, so.
Okay, so
Okay.
yes, one last question. This carpet masters supposed to be, looks like it's the best price now, no? And it's $985 3 times. Is there three rooms or what?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so, and that includes installation, removal, and everything.
Yes, it says installation. Yep, it is.
Okay, now, why is such a big difference from carpet masters to MA?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
$7,830 per each room?
And
Are
the
they-
room is my office.
What kind
and
of
Lorraine's office.
what kind of carpet are they giving
It's
you?
not big.
I
All
don't
right.
know, but they did come out. They did inspect, and that's the.
It cannot be any fancy carpet because.
No, we told
yeah.
them it had to be the same high traffic
Yeah.
carpet, like that carpet.
Okay, and then the last one, that is the carpet store, obviously is the cheaper for the installation.
But he's charging an additional fee,
Yeah.
which we can't control. It's whatever quote they give us. That's what we have
You
to
cannot go back to them and say, you cannot charge us
If I
for
go back to
removal.
them and say that, I have to go back to everybody else,
Yeah.
and then we have
On
to
the
start-
quote that we requested, to each one of them, it does say for carpet, and it says plus installation.
Okay.
On the quote that it says.
From you,
Given
yeah.
to every one of them. So apparently, yeah, this carpet store
that word-
charges
That wording
additional.
is there.
They hand
is from
wrote
them.
installation with
Yeah,
that.
so the carpet itself is that amount,
Okay.
19.
So they just say
And they're
installation
just
and
putting
removal
installation separately.
Okay,
think
so
this
you
is a
don't
dead
want to
horse.
alter anything, so then we should go with the cheapest, which is Carpet Masters.
I mean, the reason why I say that is because they came out and looked at it. Now, if we thought it could be a miscommunication and we just sent this out like, hey, replace carpet for these 3 rooms and they're 10 by 10, maybe I would go back and call them and clarify. But they came out, they saw the space, they measured it themselves, they know what they're doing to install the carpet. So that's why I think we just go with the quotes.
I think we should
Because they
move along.
physically came here and
Yeah.
saw it. Yeah.
Not beat a dead horse. Okay.
Yeah, and also Carpet Master is not, they want us to remove everything out of the office.
Huh?
Yeah.
They want us
So,
move our desks, move our computers, move our,
They want you to do it yourself?
yeah.
So even though
Well,
they are
that's
cheaper?
not
Not a big
unusual.
deal.
yeah, it's not.
We have
but
They
manpower
wrote
here.
that into.
They wrote it in,
Yeah.
but it's not in the bid.
Okay, so are we
I
ready?
would like to propose that we accept the bid from Carpet Masters for the new carpeting in the offices, PBS. That's RQ371 for the cost of $295.
No,
No.
$2,955.
Being generous, $2,955.
Okay, second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. And then our last item
Jesus.
is requisition FY 2024-RQ373 for regarding the engineering department. This is for repair. Oh, there was a typo there. Repair the refrigerant leak condenser at the Barrigada Heights transmitter site. The funding source will be our private funds. We 3 quotes were obtained, and the lowest bid goes to Kabuhat Tech Services at $2,750.
Is
So
this
basically, this is to,
FEMA paying for something?
no, this is coming from private funds.
900.
This is our own.
This is
Why
private
wasn't it
funds.
covered by
Who
FEMA?
would pay?
Because it wasn't
not-
damaged from the typhoon.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So this is just basic upkeep and maintenance for the aircon up at Barrigada.
Okay.
Yeah, these
There's a
aircons.
leak in the condenser.
Wildly different quote.
Is this a new unit?
No.
It's just the condenser is leaking or
Is
something.
this the
But we
aircon?
have 3 different units up there, 3 different air conditioners.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So one of them is leaking.
You wonder if they're all
So
on
we
It's not the new unit that we just.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No. So we shut that one down, so the other units are
The
working.
central
John-
or what?
Yeah,
No,
John
it's like a-
always,
Huge unit.
I don't know how many ton. I want to say it's
what he does, he's
5 ton
rotating the air
units.
cons all the time.
yeah, because
So
that one is
that- yeah.
leaking. So it's going to cost 27. I mean, the lowest bid goes to Kabuhat Tech Services at 2750. We also got a bid from BMA Services LLC at 3325, and then Hydro Air Mechanical Systems Inc. at 8900.
Oh, my God.
So the lowest bid is 2750. Kabuhat.
So they're going to troubleshoot, find a leak, fix it,
Fix
They did.
it
And
or seal it.
Yeah,
and
they
then,
troubleshoot it.
recharge.
They already troubleshooted, but they're going to fix it now. And
Are these things covered by warranties? I mean,
no, not
They're-
these are old air cons.
No more.
Eventually, after the renovation and after we're done with that, my next project will be replace all of those air cons up there at the Barrigada site. Maybe solar panels too
you
or
just pray that
something.
nothing breaks down because you
Yeah.
don't have a warranty. Okay.
Well, it's
Okay.
an old system. It's an old.
We
air
live in Guam and AC is,
Okay, so I'll move to award to approve the repair of the leak at the Barrigada Heights unit or
Condenser.
side
Like,
for RQ373. and the award would go to Kabuhat Tech Services for $2,750.
Okay, I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, that's the end of procurements. Thank you very much. We have one item left on new business, and that is the UOG intern program. I wrote a letter to President Enriquez a couple weeks ago and asked her if UOG would be interested in establishing an intern program here at PBS Guam. She apparently viewed it as something positive because she asked one of her people to get back to me. They did that, and they've expressed interest in establishing such a program. And I basically said, thank you very much. The station will be working with you to do this. So now the station has to develop a plan to work with this. I just want to say that this could be like a real win-win situation. You know,
Definitely.
we're facing a personnel shortfall. The university is always looking for ways to keep students engaged.
On-job training.
So we get people who come here interested in this line of this field, and they get experience and maybe some sort of credit, maybe some sort of stipend. I don't know what we could afford to offer them, but I do think that we need to look at it very seriously, because if we don't, if the students are not engaged, they won't come back. But if we build a program and treat them as integral parts of the station,
I'm 100%.
welcome them, make them, feel the sense of responsibility, then it could be a really positive thing. I remember loving to go to the University of Guam radio station in the old student center, in the cafeteria, and hang out there, when I came out of high school. That sort of tech environment was interesting to me, and I think that those types of students are still out there. So they've indicated that they think it's a good idea. Now it's up to us, Ina, you and your team,
Are you
to
thinking
find a way
of
to
like
make it
tech
work.
people in particular?
Well, in my
Communication.
correspondence with them, I was asking if they had anybody from like their Viscom cohort or something, to see if anybody there. But really, we could take anybody from their communications or even admin, because we need help at admin.
Technical writing
I
skills?
think admin, you need
Yeah.
someone.
No,
from
we
admin.
really do. Belle is on leave right now, and Lorraine's doing all of it. So we've always have a shortage in admin. So we're in communications now. The last email I sent, I was asking if there was some sort of MOU or something they had existing with any other agency, so that we could try to put something together and, like create the program like just try to use something that's already,
We're doing the intern right now, but it's
We do
only
summer-
120 hours.
We do summer
and it's
internship every
not-
year. And then we were recently talking with DISID also for some placement. Like they asked us to place again. We used to have Davey here. He was a student, a disabled student with GW, and he would come here and work too. So we also do that. But I think getting more creative people who are interested in production or broadcast would be helpful here. So we just had an intern actually this summer, just
June?
last month, right, or something.
Yeah.
We had one from UOG, and he was helping with he was doing editing stuff. So we have done it, like not officially, like no official program, but we have done internships, like one-offs with UOG. But this will help solidify some kind of permanent partnership with UOG, so that there's
I think
something.
it sounds great.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
And I especially would think like the tech things.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know,
young
the
people are
thing
like-
with
so,
it though, it's like 120
I
hours.
mean, my 9-year-old
And it's
granddaughter
their
knows more
time.
than I know. No, I mean, they
You know,
just
but
know
if it's like a
technology,
class,
and I think
you
that'd be
know,
such an exciting thing for them to get into. I think it's great.
Yeah, it would have to be an established program with
Yeah.
set expectations on both sides. It can't be just drop in when you have a,
No, it has
Free
to
time,
be
yeah.
somebody here.
and if they're getting credit from it, if
Yeah,
you,
if
if
it-
if the university offers credit,
If they get credits at UOG,
And the
it
person here would
really
have to
help.
be responsible that they do their work and learn and,
we want to try to make that part of the,
Their curriculum or something.
right.
Yeah, that would be very, very helpful for us.
Okay, thank you
So
for,
it's in the works. Thank you,
thank you
Chairman.
for writing the letter and keeping the
think-
ball moving.
I think that sounds great.
Okay. No executive session today. Any announcements? Anybody have great news they want to share?
Ah,
No?
no, I don't,
Okay, so September,
no executive session, right?
Okay, no executive session. No announcements. Next board meeting,
26th,
26 at 12:30?
September.
or 19th?
We can go 19th, and then the backup day would be the 26th.
But won't you be gone, the 19th?
yes.
Yes, I come back on Saturday.
So 26th?
Is that September 26th?
Yep.
Yeah, from the 16th to the 19th.
So these are for Cami.
Okay, September 26th, 12:30.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh, in the meantime, once we get the gala, I mean, we do have the gala packages together, but once we get the talent secured, I'd like to challenge the board to sell a table, if you could.
Sure, sure.
We'll
Sure.
have that information to you.
Okay?
Get your 10 friends.
Yes. Yeah, grab your 10 friends and come to a gala. Dress up and come to our gala.
Not black tie, though.
Yes?
Yes, black tie. What is the use of a gala if no black tie?
Oh, man.
Well, you know, just dress up nice.
To dress up.
Yeah, just dress up.
Okay, motion to adjourn?
Okay.
So moved.
Gary,
Second?
second.
All in
First,
favor?
Judy.
Aye.
Judy and
Time is
second.
2:22.
Wow.
Second, Mayor Fleur.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary Flora.